Do you have big dreams that you would like to achieve? I'm sure you do, and there is no better time than to set some brand new intentions to achieve those dreams. But with the new moon in Capricorn happening December 30th, 5:27 p.m., we're going to discuss the astrology, dive in with the tarot, and see how you can use these energies to make good things happen in your life. So keep watching. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Awesome to see you here. So we're going to discuss the overall astrological energies for a few minutes to give you the lay of the land, or the lay of the skies, so to speak. And then we will pull cards for each sign. And I am going to break this out by houses. So watch for your rising sign first, then your sun sign. Take what resonates for you, combine the messages, and there you have it. How you can use the energies to create real change in your life. So of course, Capricorn is all about building, architecture, structure, making things happen in our lives. It's associated with the 10th house, which can be about the public, about career, just in the general astrological wheel. It can be about those things. It can be about government, red tape, authorities, that type of thing. So you want to look to wherever Capricorn is in your chart, because that's going to influence what area of your life you might want to set some intentions, because that's what we use the new moons for, right? We take stock of what's going on with ourselves. We look at what's going on with the aspects happening with the new moon, which I'll discuss in a minute. And then we apply the energies to our life and set some intentions for the Capricorn area of our chart, things we want to achieve, and maybe by a certain deadline, because Capricorn likes that. Capricorn likes, ruled by Saturn, Capricorn likes structure, routine, deadlines, commitments. Now, Saturn is, as we know, Capricorn's ruling planet. Saturn is making a very helpful sextile, which is a positive alignment to this new moon. So the support of Capricorn's ruling planet is there to help guide and support our intentions. What does this mean? Well, Saturn's transit through Pisces, where it's currently located, has been helping us to kind of nail down our dreams, right? We have all these things that float in and float out of potentialities and possibilities in our life, which is very, it's Pisces, right? It's very mutable and flowy and intuitive. And dreamy. And that's all well and good. We need dreams. They're our fuel. But then Saturn is saying, okay, well, we got to also, put the practical in motion to get these dreams manifested. So with this favorable alignment with Capricorn's ruling planet to the new moon, it is time to come up with a new plan, taking stock of whatever dreams have been percolating for you that maybe haven't quite manifested yet. So revisiting those and seeing, okay, which are the ones I want to focus in on? I would say for the next 4 to 5 months, maybe even 6 months, until the full moon in Capricorn. And of course, the reason I'm saying that is because, yes, it sometimes takes a while for our dreams to manifest, but also we are dealing with lots of planetary retrogrades at the start of the year. I have detailed all of this in my year ahead astrology book called Perfect Timing. I'll leave a link to it in the description of the video if you're interested in getting the inside scoop on everything that's going on in the year ahead. It's a big year, 2025. Okay, so we have all that. We have all that happening, all these retrogrades. We don't clear those retrogrades until the middle of April. Not only that, but right now at this new moon, we have a little bit of a frustrating and tense aspect between Mars retrograde, which is at 1 degree Leo, opposite Pluto in Aquarius at 1 degree, 1 degree. So when we have an opposition, it's energy that's kind of in a tug of war with one another. It can be a power struggle. And of course, Mars, which is about how we use our energy, and Pluto, which is about power, we're having power struggles, and Mars is retrograde. So Mars is not at his optimum level of energy and power. So the important thing to know at this new moon in Capricorn is, instead of getting frustrated and upset, feel however you want to feel, of course, but make the plans, and just take whatever little steps you can take. You don't have to have this, big agenda that everything has to get done in one day, but make the structured plan of little things you can do every day or every week to move you closer toward your dreams. But if you are feeling frustrated or you're feeling progress and forward momentum is not as quick as you would like right now, please know it's not because your dream is wrong somehow or that you're doing something wrong. It really can be that we all live under the same skies. We are all affected by this particular energy. But that doesn't mean the Mars-Pluto opposition. That doesn't mean we shouldn't set intentions and make a plan, because Capricorn is very good at planning and then, of course, executing on those plans. So with this tarot reading, we will look at the next plan that you're ready to execute in your life, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, things you want to manifest in the early part of 2025, like the first half of 2025, and the plan and the advice the tarot can give you on what you need to know to make that happen. But also remember to take the retrogrades into consideration. As I say, it doesn't mean things can't happen when they are retrograde. Of course, things can still happen, but they could happen more slowly. They could happen with a different twist than what you were maybe expecting. So flexibility really is the key, but again, we can still plan and move forward on our goals, right? So again, watch for your rising sign, then your sun sign. Let's get into it. All right, Aries, how are you doing with your ruling planet retrograde? Kind of a silly question, I realize, but you get a little more tired, a little less motivated. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up over that. And really don't get into any squabbles or power struggles with other people with your ruling planet retrograde opposite Pluto. It's not a good look. Okay, just don't do it. All right, but we're talking about your 10th house of career with this new moon. And of course, you have had major transformations in your career since 2008, but now Pluto is out of that Capricorn energy. So, our first new moon in Capricorn without Pluto. So it's time for you to reassess, especially with your ruling planet retrograde, what would make you happy in a career sense? What's the next thing you want to explore? If it's not pertaining to your career, it's pertaining to something related to your public image or your dealings with the public in some way. Okay, so let us see. But you do need a fresh start. Okay, 9 of Swords. You do need a fresh start. And a 5 of Swords. Yeah, okay. 6 of Cups in your heart. The 9 of Coins. And the Queen of Cups. Okay. So it's vital for you to really align with your intuition, your emotional energy, and your emotional energy that feels empowered, not dwelling in the past. I feel like there's still an energetic holdover for some of you with this 9 of Swords, 5 of Swords that's showing up here, my daytime anxiety and my nighttime anxiety. But you also, with this 5 of Swords, you have been battling through worries and confusions, perhaps also about your next direction. But the key here is what's in your heart, which is the 6 of Cups. And that is about all the gifts that you have to share with other people. And those gifts are the ones that are going to bring you the rewards that you want financially, the independence, making your own schedule, making more money, feeling financially free. I mean, that can also be the 9 of Coins. Maybe you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you want to have another job, but you want to have a job that is going to tap into your gifts and also pay you what you're worth, and so that you can get that financial freedom. So there's something here of an energetic upgrade in terms of emotionally what you feel I think you deserve. But it is also about really listening to your deepest emotions, not from a perspective of stress and anxiety. This needs to go, okay? This is unhealthy, but this could also be symbolizing this Mars-Pluto opposition. This is dwelling. Like, I feel like there's some dwelling energy here. And again, it can be related to the past and still processing through all of the changes you went through since 2008 with Pluto in that career house. Or it could be some other more personal, private worry you have right now. It may not even be career related. Maybe something else is going on for you that you've been dealing with, but it's mental energy, it's stress. Okay, so if you can put that to the side, that would be helpful at this new moon, and seed your new moon intentions for your 10th house of career with all the joy of sharing in your heart of your gifts, your talents, your abilities, all your strengths, all your joyful energy. I mean, that is the Six of Cups. Okay, and sharing that with the right people. That's the other thing. Queen of Cups is very receptive energy. So you don't want to be giving your gifts away just to any old people, right? You want to be giving them to, well, you want to earn the money from them also, but you want to be surrounding yourself with people who appreciate your gifts and energy. And that is part of what makes you feel wealthy and empowered, is that people are appreciating what you're sharing. So when you consider your new moon intentions, think along those lines. Who are my people that will really appreciate what I have to give and share? And then how can I step into greater empowerment for myself by sharing those gifts? Because maybe part of the Pluto in Capricorn was to get you out of situations and scenarios where you were underpaid, undersupported, and you just felt everything was a slog and a drain. So this new moon is your key here to make something beautiful happen in this house. But the Queen of Cups is also suggesting that the Mars retrograde in Cancer, because here's the Cancer energy, and Mars is your ruling planet, is going to be fruitful for you if you dig down deep into your emotional foundation of what you really need. That lights up your heart space when you share with others, that you're not feeling like you're taking advantage of, and that makes you feel empowered and prosperous. So Mars will get out of retrograde on February 23rd. Keep that in the back of your mind. That's your deadline for coming up with your plans, Aries, of how you're going to move forward in some new direction with sharing your gifts and talents with the world. All right, Taurus, so this new moon in Capricorn is in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life. It is about having a new adventure for yourself, whatever that means for you, expanding your mind, expanding your horizons. Let's see what you need to know about this. Opening up to new possibilities for your life. It's about really making plans to expand your world and get out of a rut. I mean, that can be that also. All right, let's see. What do we have? We have the 7 of coins. We have the 2 of coins. Emperor in your heart. 8 of wands. And the Knight of coins. Okay. So I think you have a money goal in mind with the Knight of coins that is showing up. And you're working toward a beautiful manifestation. Okay, with this money. The energy here is about reassessing the 7 of coins, how you can, I think, expand your world in order to bring in more prosperity in some way. So expanding your world doesn't mean you have to travel, but you could. Maybe you need to go to more conferences, or maybe it's just about opening up your mind to other possibilities for yourself when it comes to your finances. I was going to pause the video because Mr. Bobby is doing stuff right now. He's sitting right there. You can't see him. He's just off camera. All right. It's his reading. He's a Taurus, so he's all into it. But I just don't want him eating things on the desk that he shouldn't be eating, like pens or cords or things like that. All right. So we have a 2 of coins here, which can be about kind of going back and forth and juggling with money, bills, possibilities. And I feel with the Emperor in your heart, there's kind of like a take charge, can do attitude here. Like you're tired of things kind of going around in circles. It's like you're trying to solve maybe a money problem. Or, you know, because again, you want to expand your possibilities for yourself. You want to expand maybe your bank account. That's the 9th house. It's about expansion. You know, but things have been kind of static and slow. So with this Emperor in your heart, you're like, enough is enough. Like, I realize that all of this is under my mindset control. So I've got to make some changes. I got to take charge of this situation. And Capricorn is a very take charge type energy. And then we have this 8 of Wands. I think it might be a good idea at this new moon in Capricorn to set your intentions of trying out a few different possibilities for yourself. 8 of Wands. Something is surely to manifest. But you know how it can be sometimes with Taurus energy. And I have Mercury in Taurus, so I can get like this. Maybe it's more the Mercury in Taurus, but you'll let me know in the comments, Taurus, what you think. But it can sometimes be, right, that we get fixated on one thing. We don't see all the other things necessarily. Or we see them, but we're like, no, I just want that thing. Let me just do that. And that can be helpful in certain circumstances to have that tenacity and focus and zero in on one thing. Absolutely. But that's not this card. This card is saying, try a bunch of different things. See what is out there. Because that is the energy of also the 7 of Coins. The reassessment of different ways of approaching this expansion. You know, because again, like if something doesn't work this way, then try it the other way. But don't hang in there for too long. Like there's flexibility here with this 8 of Wands. Try this, try that. Let's see, set it out there. Let's see what happens. And I feel like we have a very positive time marker here with this 8 of Wands because it's the Leo energy and we have you holding a coin in your hand. I think you're manifesting some expansive opportunity for yourself with your finances. And probably the timing of that for you, provided you know, use the energies, because that's what it's all about, would be when Mars finally gets back into Leo, which happens in mid-April. Actually, it might happen a little sooner than that, but I don't have the exact date at the top of my brain, but in April. So I think this is very positive. This is very, very positive energy. So reassess how you can explore different options to quickly, that's the other thing with the 8 of Wands, it's quick, to quickly try different things to manifest a long-term financial goal for yourself. All right, Gemini, new moon in your 8th house of transformation of all kinds. So when we had Pluto here in Capricorn in this house, you went through the ringer. I mean, you went through the dark night of the soul, more than likely. You went through massive transformative changes on all levels of your life, mental, emotional, physical, financial, psychological. I mean, that is heavy energy, Pluto transiting through an 8th house. Okay, but you came through the other side. Now, with the slate wiped clean and the metamorphosis that has happened, what do you want? Right? Now that you've gone through these changes and you've come out the other side, a different person. I mean, how could you not? We all did with this Pluto and Capricorn transit. From your changed metamorphosis perspective, what do you want? Setting some new intentions for new growth. That's what I feel. New growth in your life. Because Pluto, I call him the bulldozer of doom. He comes in and he just, takes everything out and leaves not much behind. But Pluto is also about resurrection and transformation for the good. He does plant seeds for things to grow again. So that's what you're doing at this new moon in Capricorn, Gemini. All right, planting new seeds from your new transformed energy and self for new personal growth. That is what I feel. Okay, personal spiritual growth. Let us see. Gemini. The wheel. Jupiter in your sign. Jupiter in Gemini. High Priestess. Ooh. World. Wow. Look at this. 8 of Coins. And the 8 of Wands. Okay. So I think this is very interesting. I think in about 8 weeks, which would take us to the end of February, when Mars goes direct again, he'll still be in Cancer. He won't get back into Leo until like April. But I think you're going to be in some sort of new situation by the end of February, early March. There is energy working behind the scenes for you. I think you're also waiting on some sort of important news. That news is going to help you plant that new seed also. The world is in your heart. I mean, you're feeling very good and very empowered in terms of the situations that you went through, the cycle that has ended, that you're done with that, your transformative cycle of Pluto in your 8th house. Your intuition and knowing what's right for you has absolutely strengthened. And you're feeling victorious in your heart. But this is interesting, right? Because the World card is the end, but it's also the beginning. She's in the egg. She's in the egg, ready to burst on the scene again and start something new. We have the energy of focus here with the 8 of coins. And then we have another number 8 with the 8 of wands. So because of your focus over the next 8 weeks, new opportunities are going to come in for you, and they're going to come in very quickly. So, you're just getting started really with this, with this new moon in Capricorn, with some big personal transformation that is grounded in you successfully making it through the previous cycle of Pluto in Capricorn. You've learned valuable lessons. That is also the High Priestess here and the World card in your heart. There may be something to do with you stepping more into a public role in some way. And when I say that, that can mean, a greater visibility at your company, or yes, perhaps in the world, if you're a world-oriented person in front of the public. Not everybody is, and that's okay, but you exist in the world. You have a world of people around you. So it could be that you're taking on a higher profile role in some way. With the Virgo here, which is your 4th house, which is your foundation in life, you may also be working on changing where you're living, how you're living, who you're living with, or focusing in some way on your financial foundation and securing that for yourself. So that's another thing, like feeling very empowered that you are taking action to build new financial prospects in your life, whatever they may be. Maybe you're starting to save a little more money if you can, or you're starting an investing journey or something like that, right? So this Jupiter and Gemini, though, this is your energy, right? This is where Jupiter is right now in your sign. So there is a new cycle beginning. There is the turning of the wheel. You are sensing it coming with the High Priestess. You're feeling good and aligned. You are very aligned with whatever this next plan for your transformation is. The thing is now to focus and make that tactile plan. This is very Virgo, like of the checklist, the things that you need to do, and keep your focus. Don't get distracted into like a whole bunch of different things. And I think by the end of February, March, you should see something moving in to get you to your next goal. All right, Cancer, let's see what you need to know. New moon in your 7th house of relationships. Of course, many of those have changed in significant ways since Pluto was in Capricorn from 2008. But now he's not there anymore. So this is really time to plant new seeds for new connections, both business and personal, in your life based on the things and knowledge you have gleaned from that heavy transit of Pluto. So wishing for new people in your life who appreciate you, who support you, who get you, who don't cause you agita. All right. Who respect boundaries. 7 of Wands. 3 of Cups. 8 of Cups in your heart. The Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Coins. Okay. All right. This is interesting. So we have some classic kind of Cancer energy going on here in a way. We have Cancer energy of emotionally nurturing and enjoying other people's company, the Three of Cups. But then we also have the Cancer energy of having walls up and boundaries up big time and not letting too many people get too close. So sometimes it's fine to be in these more lighthearted relationships, Three of Cups, that you can just be the one who cheers other people on or is part of the show that that everybody is enjoying. You know, maybe there's dancing and music and a little bit of party atmosphere, and you can be the one mixing up the drinks and doing the food and stuff like that, and being the DJ or whatever. But there's this lighthearted energy of stuff on that kind of level. And then there's this, the Seven of Wands, which is like, do not get close to me because I will with my claws at you. So we have some interesting things here. It's kind of like it's either too superficial or it's causing you, like somebody's trying to get in too close and that makes you nervous. And so you put the wall up. So there's some things to look at there. And we have this Eight of Cups in your heart, which can be about leaving that kind of energy behind and instead looking at how with this Knight of Wands and this Knight of Coins, how there needs to be maybe a middle ground before it's just pursuing something too quickly and then realizing it's not right and then you back off, or not doing anything at all. Knight of Coins. It's like, forget it. I'm just staying home. I'm not doing it. So these are two very opposite energies. This is fools rush in where angels fear to tread. And this is, you know, you can't pry me out of the comfy chair in the living room. You just can't do it. So I'm not going out there and I'm not going to people with people. So, but I do feel like with this new moon in Capricorn, if you're looking for new connections, forging new connections, making new friends, and finding that balance. That's the thing. It's the balance between these two things. It's the balance between this. Then something within you needs to be kind of looked at maybe and left behind with this Eight of Cups in your heart. Okay. And your full moon is coming up, which, you know, we have the full moon here, January 13th. So there could be a tie-in with the intentions you set at this new moon and what culminates for you at your personal full moon in January. So that's what I would say. It's, you know, advice from the tarot. It's how can we apply the energies to your life? But that's what I'm feeling. I mean, and even both of these, right? They're back to back. It's almost like, you know, this one's going to go that way and this one's going to go that way. And then they're going to face one another and have a duel or something like, you know, like in the old fashioned days. So these inner conflicts of getting close, getting not close, going out, not going out, like, and really resolving in your heart once and for all with this Eight of Cups to kind of find the right balance for yourself, especially if you are feeling disconnected, you're feeling lonely, you're feeling like you would like maybe a few closer inner circle type people. Of course, it does take time for those types of relationships to develop. Absolutely. But it can just mean too that you want to meet more quality people in business and personal relationships that strike that middle ground and, you know, allow the investment over time for that relationship to grow. So take all of this on board, just sift it through and see what resonates for you, Cancer. But those seem to be the things for you at this new moon in Capricorn. All right, Leos, we have a new moon in your 6th house of work and well-being, the house of pets, your daily habits and routines. And of course, this is the first new moon in Capricorn since Pluto left. So this is time to set some new intentions for these areas of your life after the transformations you've gone through in these areas of your life since 2008. It's time for a fresh start, clean slate, new wishes, new plans. The Lovers. And the 7 of Coins. 5 of Swords. 6 of Swords. And a 9 of coins. Okay. So you are probably on the cusp of making some decisions about your financial well-being and probably about your daily habits and routines that also includes your job. So you are probably, we're talking about your 6th house. We got the number 6 here. We have the Lovers. Of course, it's Gemini, but this can be about facing some choices and you're evaluating 7 of coins, the situation. But the 5 of swords is in your heart. So there is a little internal angst and internal conflict of where you're kind of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth of different scenarios as you evaluate your options, your choices. Now, again, this house could be you're evaluating options and choices with health situations you might be going through, or your financial well-being, your job duties, maybe thinking about getting a different job. We do have Virgo, your 2nd house of money and self-worth and self-esteem, showing up here as well, which is excellent. So you are probably focused on those areas. You may be going through a little internal doubts. It's possible with the 5 of swords here, like, can I really be okay making this change? Can I really manifest a different opportunity and make more money? So over these next several weeks, I would say at least the next 6 weeks, since we have double 6s here, you are in that mindset of evaluation. And what are you willing to do? What are you willing to change, etc., to get that mental peace and well-being to make a decision and move forward confidently. This is also your 2nd house, as I said, of self-worth and self-esteem. And she is 9 of coins energy is confident. She's got her act together. Like, she is like, so you're moving toward that, whether it's financial or just belief in yourself, that you're making the right decision, that you can manifest whatever this represents for you, the Lover's card. You got this, but it's a process you are going through, and that's okay. That's the energies right now with all the retrogrades. It's perfectly fine that you are working through this process of discernment and decision making in terms of what is best for you, that will have the outcome that feels aligned for you. And I would say also this 5 of swords, which does have other people in the card, this is a time for making your own decision. If there's other people starting arguments or trying to influence you in a certain way of what you should do, keep that in its perspective. Really get the clarity on what you want and what you need. You know yourself best. Other people don't know what goes on inside your heart and mind and soul. And maybe also your bank account. They don't know. Only you know. And you will make decisions that are right for you. And that is going to give you also the ease. Maybe the discomfort is coming because someone's pressurizing you in a certain way. They're trying to influence your decision. And the 6 of swords calm can be, I can move on toward the decision that makes me happy. Okay, but that's part of this evaluation process. Mars will go direct again in Cancer on the 23rd of February, and he will be retrograde for the next 8 weeks in that 12th house of the subconscious for you, of really digging stuff up from the deep so that you can process through it emotionally and look at it and let it go and realign yourself. That's what Mars is, how we use our energy. He has that arrow of desire on him. Realign your arrow of desire toward what you want and what is best for you in the 6th house areas of your life. All right, Virgo, you have a new moon in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, taking a risk, the house of the entrepreneur, pleasure. And Pluto was really tearing up that house since 2008. It's our first new moon without Pluto there in Capricorn. So this is time for pleasurable new beginnings. What would bring your heart space lots of joy? It is time to set some intentions to make new wishes of happiness come true in your life, whatever they may be, and make the plan and figure out what you need and then take your steps toward it. All right, so let's see what we have for you. Virgo. Page of Cups, King of Swords, the World, the Six of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Wow. Okay. Okay, what I am feeling here is that some of you are on the cusp of setting an intention and making a decision to perhaps end some sort of connection. No, this could be business, personal, romantic, friendship, a creative partner, whatever it might be, a situationship, just whatever you have going on in your life. It's probably creative or romantic because of this Page of Cups that's here. But we have the World in your heart. We have this Ace of Swords, very interesting, which is about cutting things loose. The North Node is going to be in Pisces in the middle of January, so only in a few weeks, which is your 7th house of relationships. And we have beautiful new energy coming in here with the Six of Cups, which is innocence and joy and happiness, the childlike energy as well. And Ace of Swords really making a decision to align with that lighthearted, caring, and again, if this is referring to a relationship for you, some sort of soulmate type energy. And the World in your heart is you making the decision of what is right in your world. You could be dealing with an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it is possible. Or this could just mean that you're on the cusp of making this very important decision. You are trying to be analytical about it, but something also with the Page of Cups could keep kind of tugging you back to a situation that is maybe against your better judgment. Now, we don't have anything negative here necessarily. It can just be that whatever this represents is just not the full blossoming of what you want. You want something different. You're making a decision that you want something deeper, something more joyful and joyous in your life. Whatever that 5th house represents for you. It could be, you want more juice out of the creative projects you choose to pursue. You want more lighthearted but deep, kind of both things, a commitment from people in your life, whether business or personal. You don't want them to just kind of pop in and pop out like this fish in the cup here. And it's like one day they're there, the next day they're not. You can't get a hold of them. Or they're just kind of cold with the King of Swords here. Maybe not as emotional as you would like, or as generous and kind and giving as you would like, as this is over here. So that's why we have the World in your heart. I think you're just taking charge of your 5th house world at this new moon in Capricorn and saying, I want to plant seeds for new generosity in my life, 6 of Cups, new pleasures that are fun and lighthearted and innocent. Just, the joy of being with other people or a special someone or a best friend. It's that joy component that you want in your life. This is not joy over here. Or it's maybe trying to be joyful, but its essence is not joy. Okay, this King of Swords. So it's one step removed or a couple steps removed from joy. It's trying because the Page of Cups is here, but there's something out of alignment is what I am feeling. And so that's what you're doing at this new moon in your 5th house in Capricorn. You're saying, I want to get back into alignment with my joy and with the people, situations, and things that bring me joy. And necessarily, there will be some things I cut loose and cut out of my life in order to allow space for the 6 of Cups energy to come in, which is why we have this World. We're ending one thing so that we can begin something else that is more generous, more kind, more giving, and more lighthearted. Libras, it's a new moon in your 4th house. This is the first one since Pluto has left a Capricorn. So this is the rebuilding new moon for you, for home, family roots, your financial foundation in life. This is time to set those intentions to bring greater stability into your life in whatever way you need. Now, the South Node is finally going to be moving out of your sign in the middle of January. So this is a great time to really set those intentions to rebuild your foundation in life. Because I'm sure the South Node going through your sign definitely brought a lot of changes to feeling like you were solid and secure. You probably removed certain people and situations, but now it's time to rebuild. Okay? So it's those intentions that you're going to be setting. What are you wishing to rebuild in your life? And what are the steps, the actions you're going to take? Let's see what the tarot has to say about it for you. Libras. Oh, the Tower. Okay. And the Nine of Wands. Beautiful. Ace of Coins in your heart. Excellent. But the Capricorn energy again. The Five of Cups. I can't end on the Five of Cups. What is this? Eight of Swords. The Hermit. Okay. This I'll end on a Hermit. It's not my favorite, but I'll end on the Hermit. Because that is your 12th house of the subconscious. Which is where the South Node is going to be heading after it leaves your sign in January. So I feel like this Ace of Coins is just shining like this bright light here in the middle of this reading. I think there's likely to be some surprising new opportunity, answer, wish coming true for you. Probably in Capricorn season. So maybe by the 20th of January. Of course, it could come later. Everything's retrograde right now. Well, not everything, but we have retrogrades going on. But nevertheless, I think the universe is going to give you an opportunity. This is the thing, though. All right, so this is the bright shining light here. Gorgeous. All right, let's set that aside for a second. We'll set our Hermit. I'll come back to the Hermit. This is the issue, though. You're going to have an opportunity, surprisingly, that will free you from a struggle. Nine of Wands. This is kind of what's been going on. It was like one thing after another with your foundation crumbling beneath you since 2008. That is Pluto in the 4th house. And Tower can be about foundations and things happening suddenly. And you're like, how did that just leave my life? I don't know. And you're just struggling and hanging in there. But that's done. Okay. And then we have this coin. But then we have this Mishigas after the coin. So there is, with the Devil card here and the Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords, still some energy you may be holding on to that is unhealthy for you, which can be about whatever you went through that you still haven't emotionally released yet. You're emotionally maybe and mentally stuck on it to the point maybe of obsession with the Devil here. So I don't think it's advisable, from what the tarot's saying here, to take that energy with you into the new opportunity that the universe is trying to bring you. This is baggage. So I'm not saying you shouldn't feel however you feel about what went down during Pluto and Capricorn in your 4th house. Of course. I'm sure it was very heavy and dramatic from just, knowing the astrology and seeing these cards coming out. But with the South Node going into your 12th house in the middle of January, Libra, which is the Virgo showing up here, it is about perhaps making peace with your past, laying the ghosts to rest, and focusing on the practical now with this Ace of Coins of what is here and now and good and growing and starting to grow in your life. And having that spiritual release, the spiritual perspective to leave your past in the past as best you can. Now, of course, I'm not talking about traumas or all this. I mean, this is just, in general, if there's deep-seated things going on, that's a different issue. It's not just, forget it, leave it in the past. I'm not trying to trivialize what somebody might have gone through. But of course, this is a general energy reading. I don't know you personally. So please understand the perspective of where I am coming from with this. But it is about finding the light in the darkness with the Hermit here, finding the ray of hope that is represented. Here's the light, here's the pentacle that is represented by this new solid opportunity in the here and now. You will be dealing maybe with this past energy. Perhaps, I hope you can release it sooner. but maybe you're going to be going through a process of assimilation and release while the South Node is transiting this 12th house over the next 18 months. Yes, that is possible too. But you can start maybe a huge chunk of that release and reconciliation with the energies at this new moon in Capricorn with this energy. And the more that you can focus on the practical, the here and the now, and making steps toward investing in this Ace of Pentacles new opportunity energy, that will be helpful for you. All right, Scorpio, new moon in your 3rd house of writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, your mindset. So, of course, your mindset, your mental energy, all of those types of things. 3rd house is also siblings. All of those were changed when Pluto went through your 3rd house. So major transformations of how you think, how you process information, what you think is important in life, how you communicate your truth, who you share your truth with. So now it's our first new moon in Capricorn since Pluto has gone through. So it is time to plant new seeds from your changed and more empowered mindset. 3rd house. Okay, so let's see what we have for you. 2 of Wands. 9 of Cups. Queen of Cups. There you are in the heart of the situation. Emperor energy. And the Fool. Wow. Okay. So I think some of you are on the cusp of making some new plans at this new moon in Capricorn that you have been wishing for a while with the 9 of Cups here. That is something that you do under your own creative power, under your own power with the Emperor here. That has your powerful energetic stamp on it of authority. What you know, like you are an authority, when I'm saying authority, in something. Your experience gives you authority and it gives you power, what you have been through with that Pluto going through your 3rd house. The experiences, the stories, the information, 3rd house, that you have to share with other people. How are you going to do that? I think there may be something brewing for you with that. Maybe you're going to share them through teaching. Maybe you're going to share them through writing. Maybe you're going to share them in a community support group. All those things are 3rd house. Maybe you're going to teach them. That's to a younger generation. Maybe it's, and when I say that, I mean, like, if you have grandkids, like you're going to teach them the things you went through and learned about life since 2008 with Pluto in your 3rd house. And how it may have changed your, belief system and the way you think. So in whatever way this may apply to you, you have the world in your hand and you're ready for a new adventure. You're ready to walk through a gateway of new expression. 9 of Cups, the appetite to, as I said, have a new beginning and share your authority, what you know. And in your heart, having this very strong motivation and desire to do that. With, of course, the people who will receive it. I mean, you're not going to bang your head against the brick wall to those who will not listen. But there's a new beginning here for you. And if you have ever wanted to start something, some of you may already have, in the writing, the teaching, networking, being a salesperson or selling things. Maybe you always want to start an Etsy shop, or you've always wanted to sell your crafts at a fair, whatever the case may be. There is energy here of you using your authority, that Emperor, and your strong motivational mojo, that is the Emperor, to create a new beginning for yourself in this 3rd house area where you are lighter and freer. Maybe you really went through a major metamorphosis of learning how to speak your truth. It's not something that everyone's always encouraged to do. So you could have absolutely learned how to do that, to stand up for yourself, to speak your truth more, and to also live from your authority, live from your truth. Not just speak it, but really speak it and embody it also with this Emperor and the Fool energy. So you're feeling with this third house excited about these new possibilities in your life and what you want to create and build with this third house area. There is a real energy. What I feel here is like, this is with this Emperor and this Fool, it's walking your talk. And not just walking your talk, walking toward your empowered desires, 9 of Cups, to build something new in your world, using your beautiful brain, your communication skills, and your positive, powerful Queen of Cups energy. Sagittarius, a new moon in your money house. That's very nice, isn't it? The first time since 2008 that Pluto hasn't been in that money house. So you have a wide, clear, open energy field without Pluto's bulldozer of doom there to mow down your seeds of prosperity that you're planting. Oh no, it's a clear and fertile field for you now, Sagittarius, to plant new money seeds in your life. All right, let's see what you need to know about that. I just got this card and I shuffled so much. All right, we have a 2 of Wands, but we also have the Devil. We have the Capricorn. We have the Empress, Judgment, and the King of Swords. Okay. So we're talking about your second house, and the number 2 comes out right next to the Capricorn energy. Okay, so the 2 of Wands is more a contemplation energy. It's like the Ace of Wands, we assert, we make the decision, we start the action, but then there's a pullback. Well, wait a minute. How am I going to get this together and do it? And that's what we have with the Mars retrograde, right? There is this pullback of the energy. We know the idea, the plan. We have the concrete thing we want, the desire holding the globe. But then what? What's next? So I think this Devil is very important to not let yourself get tripped up on falling back into old habits of what you think is possible for you. What is possible for you? Old ways of thinking, old beliefs, old habits, old mindsets of what is possible for your prosperity and any baggage you carry around money issues. And really finally not let yourself get sucked back into this energy as you're standing there thinking of the plan. Okay, so there's something to look at here. Resistance, worries about success, etc. Fear of success, perhaps. But the Empress is in your heart, suggesting you do have a new money energy that you're feeling in your heart. Okay, this is lingering, but you're going to shift it, I think, with this, especially with this Mars retrograde in your 9th house of what is possible for you. And then also going when it goes back into Cancer in your 8th house of other people's money, especially too. So you are going to be shifting, I think, some, money beliefs of what is possible for you. This Empress in your heart, you want to build your empire. You want to build your financial empire. And by that, yes, that sounds like very lofty language, but really that is about just like, yeah, I got more than enough to take care of myself. I feel abundant in all ways and always in whatever that is for you. Abundance is a very personal definition to each individual. But we have this Judgment card here. So there is a decision on the horizon for you. May have something to do with an air sign. It could be happening in Aquarius season. But there is something, so end of January into February, but there is something here with discernment. There's maybe a contract. There could be some sort of legal situation here that you are deciding about in terms or paperwork, etc., investments, all those things. What are you signing up for? What are you making a very important decision about based on having gone through Pluto in your 2nd house, making you face your, whatever baggage, we've all got it, baggage or beliefs you have about money, the lack of it, the control. Other people may have, controlled the purse strings or something. whether it's business or personal, somebody controlling access to money. Well, now you're seeing and you're setting the intention, I make my own abundance with this Empress here. I control my money. And I'm putting that in writing. I'm putting it on my vision board. I am making decisions that are in my best financial interests, not in somebody else's, because this also could be something behind you that's trying to manipulate you, not just your, own maybe leftover baggage. And you could have cleared all your baggage. You could have cleared all the baggage. You're like, no, with Pluto in my second house, I learned. I cleared the baggage. I'm ready for the new plan. I'm ready to deserve and call in all the new things. But there could still be an influence around you that's trying to suck you back in, like maybe a business partner, a marriage partner, a family member, whomever that's trying to suck you back in. Because sometimes other people around us do not like it when we become prosperous. But the thing is, nobody ever really knows what anybody else has or doesn't have. I mean, people make assumptions all the time, which are often very, very wrong. So this could be some sort of situation where somebody is making an assumption about what you have, and they're, trying to manipulate you not to do something so you have more, or they're trying to sabotage it or something like that. They could be jealous. It's the devil energy here. They could be obsessed and jealous with, that you have these things and they don't. So just be alert to that energy as well. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't pursue what is right for you in the material sense. The Judgment card can be too. And with the King of Swords, it could be that you need to cut this energy out of your life to make the discerning decision that having this influence around as you're trying to build your empire, having this energy around you is not a good idea. But of course, only you can decide that. But that could be part of the new moon intentions. If we are the sum of the 5 people that we hang out with the most, that old expression. And if that person, that devil energy, is one of the 5 people who's around you, is that really going to be helpful for your own prosperity creation? Probably not. But some people we can't cut out of our lives. So you're maybe going to have to find a way to manage that particular energy and still keep your vibe high and prosperous and very empressy. Capricorn, happy birthday. It is your new moon. And isn't it delightful that it is sextile your ruling planet? I think that is a very good sign, a very good omen. Okay, so this is really a very important new moon for you because it's the first new moon in your sign without Pluto. Without Pluto. Hallelujah. Okay, so, we really need a dramatic pause there to just take in that realization. Very nice. Okay, so this is about rebuilding. Well, it's not about rebuilding. You've already rebuilt yourself. How could you not? From 2008 onwards, all right? But now it's like, okay, what are my new wishes, my new hopes, my new dreams for my life? Now that I had to transform my whole life, right? In your first house, Pluto, changing everything about your life. Changing things about your physical body, changing things about your identity, changing things with how people see you, the relationships in your life, the career. The first house, like your whole life, your whole identity, and what those different pieces mean to our identity and who we are, our home, our family, our job. As I said, our physical body. All the things make us who we are, our identity. So having Pluto go through your first house is just, so transformative. The Aquarians will soon find out. So, all right. So now you've been through all that. You shed different layers of skin. And isn't it interesting, too, we're going into the year of the snake, which I think, again, is very appropriate for Capricorn as well. We have shed all the old identities, the old skins, all the things. We are emerging bright and shiny and new. What do we want? What do we want? And, it's very interesting when snakes shed their skin. In case you're not aware, back a long time ago, a long time ago, I lived with a snake. Now, this was not my boyfriend. Okay, he was a good guy, but he had a snake. He had a snake, and it lived with us. It had its own cage and everything. And, you know, with my Scorpio in my chart, I didn't mind the snake. Snakes are really kind of cool. Snakes don't bother me. I know they do for some people. So maybe I should put trigger warning here. Okay, if you're not into snakes, maybe fast forward for a few moments. But when the snake was about, he was a bald python. When the python was about to molt, his eyes would get glassy and milky, and his whole skin would be very, very dull. And it would take a lot of effort for him to shed his skin and emerge bright and shiny and new. But also, it was interesting because he got the film over his eyes as well. So we don't have film over our eyes anymore, Capricorn. Our eyes were open up, weren't they? With Pluto in our sign. We don't wear any more dull clothes. I will never give up my black, though. Okay, I will never. But, you know, we gave up the old, the outworn, the clothes, the identities. We are the bright, the shining, the new, the reborn. And we see things very clearly. And I know that you see, Capricorn, the new goals, the new hopes, the new wishes, the new dreams that you have for your life. So let's get that plan going and let's implement them. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Capricorn, 5 of Wands. But there's the wheel. Okay. Hangman in the heart. The Magician. Ooh la la. And the 3 of Coins. All right, I like a 3 of Coins. 3 of Coins is the planning, is the architecture, is the structure. New groups, new people, rebuilding, consulting, having more valuable connections. You're going to be building something new in your life. Whatever that may be that you want to build, okay, under your own power. And it has something to do probably with what you're really good at and what you enjoy. The Magician, it's like your special secret magic, your secret sauce. We have the wheel here. A new cycle is beginning and new opportunities are coming in. The Hangman in your heart. I don't feel this is about waiting, although it might be a time marker for Pisces season. So maybe the end of February onward. And that is when Mars finally gets out of retrograde, February 23rd. So it could be right now what you are working through is letting go of a lot of energetic mishmash, 5 of Wands. But I feel like you've already done that, honestly. I think it could just mean that we're done with an endless cycle of spinning our wheels, 5 of Wands, and running here and running there, or doing things that don't really align with us or give us value, make us feel valuable. Maybe they're not aligned with our magic and our skills. They just are like, why am I doing this? There's a lot of messiness with the 5 of Wands. I often call it the spinning the wheels energy. You're emerging out of this cycle of messiness, of not being able to see clearly. All you're seeing is all this chaos around you, right? No. It's done. This new cycle is one of empowerment and alignment here. And also with the Hangman in your heart, no more sacrificing and doing things that are cleaning up other people's messes. That's the thing with this also. You're done with that. You're done with that. No more. That's the thing with Capricorn, because we're the responsible one, right? We often end up, just because we are the adult in the room, cleaning up other people's shenanigans. You've learned to dial that way back. No more of that. It's about the alignment with your own hopes and goals. This is our 3rd house of communication for you. The Pisces, that's where the North Node is heading, middle of January. This is about communication, the 3 of Pentacles, in practical ways, making plans. This is also an energy of creating, of tangible creation, whatever that means for you. It could be, I want to sculpt things. I want to write a book. I want to build something. I want to I want to, start taking my woodworking classes. Whatever you're into building, making, doing, that is the Capricorn energy. The maker, the doer, the builder with your special talents. And you're doing it in a local environment, in your own backyard, maybe even literally in your own backyard with this Pisces. So I talk a lot about the North Node in my new astrology book. Link is in the description, for 2025. So you might want to check that out. But this is the new cycle for you. No more self-sacrificing. No more cleaning up other people's messes. No more also building other people's dreams. That's the other thing too. Not here to do that. You're here and setting new intentions to invest in yourself, in the things you want to manifest, and making the practical plans to do so without sacrificing your time and energy to things that are ridiculous, and staying aligned in the flow with the wheel here. Aquarius, let's see what you need to know about this new moon in Capricorn. New wishes, new plans. What do you need to know? Now, here's the thing. This new moon is happening in your 12th house. 12th house is sometimes really hard to explain to people. It's a nebulous house, right? It's kind of hard to articulate it because it is about your subconscious. It's about dreams. It's about things hidden deep within you that then kind of bubble up to the surface. It can be subconscious programming. 12th house can be very karmic, past life connections, things tucked out of the way, the unseen, the hidden. So having a new moon in this house can, to me, the simplest explanation, can be setting an intention not to self-sabotage. That can be 12th house also. Not to self-sabotage in whatever way you might do that. And don't we all do that with something in our lives? And to have a more positive, perhaps, mindset. Releasing negative thinking or catching yourself when you're going down, a rabbit hole, so to speak. That's very 12th house, and getting very lost in maybe unproductive thoughts, shall we say, something like that. More like emotional regulation, mental regulation, as opposed to dysregulation, like just kind of keeping an eye on and taking better care of your mental and emotional health. I mean, that really can be this new moon in your 12th house. And again, we all need that. We all need to check in with ourselves and see, like, how are we doing? What do we need to adjust or change for ourselves so that we feel better if you're going through, some different things. But it can also just be set some intentions to change some habits that are no good for you. All right, so let's see what we have. Ace of Coins, Judgment, 9 of Coins, 9 of Wands. Wow, look at this, and the 6 of Wands. Okay, this is what I feel. I think that the main focus here of this 12th house energy and new intentions is to say yes to an opportunity that, quite frankly, yes, may be some hard work. The 9 of Wands is here. It could be a lot of hard work, but it has enormous potential. So if there's anything of self-sabotage or telling yourself you can't do something because XYZ, or feeling you're not ready to be out in the public, that's the 12th house is hidden away, remember? So this 6 of Wands is like, I'm out there for all to see. I'm visible. Whatever that means for you. It could be like, doing public speaking event. Maybe you get an invitation to speak at a public event at your job or at a conference or in some other way at a local women's community group. They want you to speak and tell your story and inspire other people. And you're like, oh no, I just would rather stay in the shadows. I can't do that. So this new moon can help you. These are just examples, right? This new moon can help you make the decision to empower yourself to overcome any type of limiting beliefs and fears about being seen and letting your voice be heard. Because the 12th house can be a house where it's like if a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it? Maybe that's a bad metaphor, but it's a house can be of where, again, people are locked away and people don't know other people exist or hear their stories. It can be an outcast house. Not that you're an outcast. Don't twist what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. It's the house of astrology we're talking about. And we're talking here about stepping into your power and being seen. There may be a little work to address in inner work, mental work of an energy work, energy shift into that's too hard, I can't do it, to I got this, I am transforming. Because that is Pluto now in your first house. You had Pluto since 2008 in this 12th house, bringing up all sorts of stuff to look at and heal. Not always pleasant. And now Pluto is challenging you to step into this new identity and empower yourself. And it can feel rough at first. It can with Pluto. I mean, ask any Capricorn. Ask Capricorn rising here. I'll tell you. All right, but this is so good. I think with this Ace of Coins, a very valuable opportunity is coming to you to help you transform. That's the angel here. And with this Judgment card, and make a decision that is in your own best interests and that empowers you. Yeah, maybe a little hard work, but that will help you have more visibility, more pride in yourself in some way, and could lead to even another opportunity. So let's see what might manifest. I think this might manifest by the end of Capricorn season. So by January 20th, there might be something that comes in. If you set the intention and you align with this and you say, yes, I'm ready for kind of getting out from behind the scenes and being more visible and being more empowered out in the world. Let's see how this may manifest for you. All right, Pisces, let's see what you need to know for your new moon in Capricorn, which is in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams, personal gains, friendships. So it is time to plant a seed for some big new dream to manifest in your life. And this is especially important since the new moon is aligned with Saturn in your sign. And also the North Node is getting ready to go into your sign in January. So this is really about committing to a whole new you, a whole new dream that would be an amazing accomplishment in your life. It could be a personal accomplishment, a public accomplishment, but something that would just make you feel so proud of yourself and so feeling like this whole new chapter is opening, new commitments for growth and connections. So this is a really, really powerful time for you. This new moon is important for you. So let's see what you need to know. And of course, it's the first time we've had a new moon in this house without Pluto. So that is good. Let us see. All right, we have a 4 of Wands. We have a Magician. Knight of Wands in your heart. 7 of Coins. And gorgeous, 3 of Cups. Okay. So you are absolutely, with the Knight of Wands in your heart, raring to go with setting some intentions for new connections in your life that are joyous and lighthearted, but that also have a creative and maybe a spiritual component with the Magician here. So we have 2 very social energies. We have the 4 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. And about the role you can play, Magician, in manifesting lighter-hearted, but also still some depth because the Magician is here. Connections in your life. This is a total change-making metamorphosis energy of creative connections, perhaps, or people you can just go out and have a good time with, a friend group, whatever you enjoy doing. 3 of Cups. This is usually like community theater, dance class, performing, but it can just be a little group of people. It's 3 people. A little friend group who gets together at the coffee shop and hangs out and talks and whatever. 4 of Wands could be more something to do with bigger events, that you participate in, because we're talking about your 11th house. So those could be connected with, conferences and networking events and travel for those types of things, is what I am feeling, since we are talking about your 11th house. The Knight of Wands is in your heart, suggesting a spirit of adventure, that you want to get out there, you want to meet and greet, you want to meet other like-minded people with the Magician who have that same kind of magic as you do, of craving creative connections, heartfelt connections, intuitive connections, spiritual connections, joyful connections, etc. Whatever magic floats your boat, Pisces. You want people who are meeting you on that level. And then we have this Seven of Coins here, which is about the reevaluation of what do you really need. Certain relationships and situations have grown to a certain point, the Seven of Coins. You may be pruning some out in order to make space for others to come in. That is the Seven of Coins. You can see he's leaning on his hoe, his garden instrument. So he's going to tend this plant and say, yes, I want to keep growing this, or no, I don't want to grow that, and I want to grow this over here. But it's an evaluation. And the evaluation lens, so to speak, with this new moon in Capricorn in your 11th house is the joy, the pleasure, and the magic. And it will be through the joy, the pleasure, and the magic that will bring personal gains to your life, that will lead to the job opportunities you want, will lead to making deals if that's part of what you want in your life, that will lead to those creative connections that open a door for you for the next chapter of your life. It's going to come through the people around you first, and you setting those intentions of your new hopes and wishes and dreams for moving forward with lots of gusto, lots of energy and empowerment for whatever is your magic. As I keep saying, everybody has their own magic, their own energy, their spirit, their thing they do and offer to the world. So the thing is, it's the people around you first with this new moon in Capricorn, because it's coming before the North Nodes in your sign. It's not quite there yet. You're laying the foundation with these new wishes, reassessing, and then the people around you. And by shifting those people around you, that's going to help you manifest a whole new chapter in your life. So thank you so much for joining me for your new moon in Capricorn astrology and tarot reading. I would love to hear your comments and let me know, what is your new wish that you want to manifest and the plan you have for doing so now that Pluto is finally out of Capricorn and we have this first new moon in Capricorn without him hanging around messing things up. So very excited about that. And if you're interested in checking out my 2025 Perfect Timing horoscope book, the link to it is in the description of the reading and in the first pinned comment. I go through all these different energies for the year ahead: Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn. We have the nodes shifting. We have so many, all the outer planets shifting, except Pluto. He's already gone into Aquarius, but so we have a whole new energies to deal with there. It's a number 9 year where we are wrapping up lots of karma, shall we say, and making new choices for fresh, new situations in our lives. But these retrogrades, I also go into those at the beginning of the year. They are important. They give us a foundation of that inward reflection and readjustment, reassessment, and recalibration that we need. That's part of the manifestation process also, is to have those things, have that interior assessment. So we do know when we need to readjust so that we can make our manifestations happen in our lives. So I go into that. There's lots of stuff. You get a monthly outlook for every month, the key transits, the new and the full moons. And then I also do a energetic discussion of the North Node and mantras for each sign, what each sign needs to know about their North Node and South Node journeys in 2025. So lots of info, 165 pages, but very practical and very actionable. So I hope you check it out. All right. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll be back soon with more readings. I did kind of take a day or two off here for the holidays, And now I'm back. Back with the videos. So can't wait to see what's ahead for everyone for January. And yeah, so I hope you had a very happy holiday, and I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.